All right. Crossroads Sports Radio. It's been a minute. It's Sunday night, game 7, 1 hour away from game 7. Pacers, Thunder, game 7, Oklahoma City. John, I've got the Pacer shirt I was given this past weekend. Reggie and Tyrese, so I'm repping that right now. But it's the biggest game. I've said this before on a couple videos. This is the biggest game in the franchise's history tonight, and they have an opportunity to win their first NBA championship.
Yeah, as we are, 40 plus, almost 50 plus years removed away from the ABA championship and 25 years away removed from the Pacers, going to the finals and unfortunately kind of coming up short against the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. And like I said, it's been a long time, even, with the Pacers having this much success. Usually, man, full transparency. I mean, usually me and Brandon in June are talking about the NBA draft and, what race is coming to the Circle City next month. There's a race, But and we'll get to that, some other time, probably later on this week or whatever. Or we're immersed in Colts, as well, man. And some of that is on the back burner, man. But this city is all a buzz. I know the NBA ratings they are what they are. But this city's all a buzz about the Indiana Pacers, and what they can potentially do tonight. Again, forced to game 7, could have laid down. Game. Still missed. Bring up old stuff. But missed opportunity in game 4. I believe, but you've seen, and vice versa for the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. That you've seen the best version of them, they've seen the best version of you. So it shouldn't be too many surprises. Shouldn't be too many crazy we got to match up. Like if guys ain't ready to play, man, I expect a quick hook. And in the way Carlisle, runs his rotation, even coach. On the other side, they're gonna probably come back with those guys, but you've seen what both of these teams seen the best of one of each one another. I expect nothing less tonight when they tip them up.
Yeah, this is the type of game where you just ride the hot hand. You ride the hot players that are in there at the point, whether it's a TJ McConnell getting 25 minutes tonight, where it's Obi Toppin's playing later, Miles Turner's sitting out, where it's Tyrese, maybe it's a dead third period for him. You get him out early to save him kind of for the fourth because you have a good rotation for third. But you here's the thing. There's no secrets now, right? There's no game plan to read. There's none of that. You've done this for 6 games, and you really have had it for 8 games if you count the regular season. So now you just go out, tip the ball like you did when you were a kid out in your parking lot. You play basketball, and you realize a dream. You cement your legacy for this city. There's only a couple people have ever cemented their legacy here in this city. Peyton Manning's one of those. Reggie Miller is one of those. This is that chance for a Tyrese Halliburton, a Miles Turner, a Pascal Siakam,
I'll give you a little pushback on that, man. You win a championship in Indiana. It ain't the city that just loves you. Indianapolis is, always going to seemingly wrap their arms around the Pacers. Whoever kind of trots them out there, be honest with you. But you become, and you get back on that national spotlight, man. How many years have me and Brandon Reef been doing Crossroads Sports? And they kind of, they in the NBA and other entities, the networks and whatnot, they've yo-yoed around with their, if the Pacers is going to be on TV, this Sunday or Saturday, whatever, and, here locally, we all know the pains of, are they on the app or they're not on the app? I'm not going to say shout out the app, but But yeah, right. So, Steph, I would say he would even put you, one click, the whole team, not just one individual player over Reggie Miller, if they win a championship. I know euphoria. I can all compare it to, Cubs fan euphoria when the Cubs won, many moons ago. Even shout out to the Cubs, they winning now. But many moons ago, when the Cubs are like, man, you come back, the state wraps its arms around you, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, role players, all hands on deck.
Got to play aggressive.
If you can come out with the same energy you did at Game 6, here's the thing. Game 6, I was gone this whole week for a golf trip, and we were in Michigan, way up by the UP in Canada, Michigan. And we got done with our round on Thursday night. We're going to the Sportsman there to eat dinner, chill out, and watch the game. Well, we walk in, the game's on the TV. It's like halfway through the second quarter. It's right before the Pacers make their big run, right? And we hear, and there's a band playing. So we're like, all right, what the hell is this? Like, we want the game audio, right?
Right.
We go in there. There is two other big 12 to 15, 18 golfers from Indiana that are there watching the game, hooting, hollering, yelling. So we just insert our group of 20, do the same thing. I feel so bad for that band because we were droning them out trying to perform, these two guys, because the game was on. But if they can come out with the same energy, push that pace, if they can make Oklahoma City have that stagnant half-court offense in this game, it's going to bode well. And here's the thing. People keep talking Indiana. Oklahoma City, there's another team that they're going to have a little piss down their leg in this game, too. They're going to be just as nervous. It ain't just Indiana. Indiana's done this before. They went to I would say almost Madison Square Garden Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semis. Maybe it's just as hard as this game with an atmosphere. Last year, right? So Carlisle's going to have them come to play. They've won. They've stolen a game here already. They competed, got it down to 2 points in this building in Game 5. So they can do it.
Yeah, I didn't do my due diligence. Brandon Reed, shame on me. Doing multitasking, man. I didn't see any players on either team played in the Final Four in the college Final Four before. But you kind of got to have that type of team, that type of mentality. Man, this is it. You know what I'm saying? There's technically no more games tomorrow, right? But like you have to have that same type of anxiety. I know fans underdogs. You have that same type of anxiety in your gut. You know what I'm saying? Every possession counts. That's not to say that they shouldn't play a loose game. That's not the pressure, but they cannot have these 10 turnover half games and expect to win the NBA championship.
Yeah. 100%. You got to take care of the basketball. And if they can do that and force some of those Oklahoma turnovers, this is the type of game. And I saw the perfect tweet yesterday out on the golf course. It says, this is the type of game where a Game 7, some role player steps up and scores 23 in a Game 7 to lead the team. Is that Obi Toppin? Is that TJ McConnell? Here's another thing. Rick Carlisle leads active coaches, retired coaches since 1990 for the most playoff wins as an underdog.
Move over, Frank Vogel.
He's got the he's got it in him, John. Now, where with this? Now, let's talk about Carlisle real quick. Say we win tonight. When we win tonight, where does that put Rick Carlisle in this franchise's history with head coaches? Where do you put him with a Larry Brown, with a Larry Bird, with a Frank Vogel?
I just said, man, move over Frank Vogel. I just said it, man.
Vogel ain't number one, right?
And actually, it's move over Frank Vogel already right now. Rick Carlisle has been successful. If you remember, the Detroit Pistons team that he kind of fell a little short. If you remember those Pacer runs where he was the head coach, excuse me, and he has the championship that he won, with the Dallas Mavericks with Dirty Whiskey, but many moons ago. But so this really shouldn't be a surprise that he's here. It's just that can he do it again? You know what I'm saying? There's only a couple handful of coaches that have won multiple championships with two different teams. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever going to say Rick Carlisle is somehow going to leapfrog Popovich or Phil Jackson anytime soon. But if you win a championship, like I said, you know what I'm saying, damn near. Like LeBron said, win a championship in Indiana is like double. So, you know what I'm saying?
LeBron said that?
LeBron said that when they won to Cleveland, when they came back 3-1, said winning that is double. I was like, Brian Stills, no, it's just one, but I understand what you. Brandon, before we go talk crazy Pacers, man. Like I said, I know you was out. What you think about the Lakers being sold?
I saw that. Not shocking to me. It was kind of, you feel like it was kind of going to go down that road at some point. I was shocked at the amount, 10 billion. 10 billion. I don't know much of the people. I haven't researched who bought them.
Right.
And kind of what their philosophy is going to be. You have to believe if you're buying a sports franchise for that amount of money, that you're going to continue to invest and try to be the best and try to be one of those top tier franchises still in the National Basketball Association. But yeah, I mean, it looks like Genie's still going to kind of be the governor / whatever to kind of oversee operations a little bit, to continue to earn that little paycheck. But yeah, I was crazy to see that happen. And and here's my thing. You talk about the Pacers with Simon. His son's going to take it over. And then where does it go from there after his son? I mean, his son's 50 something, I think, something years old. So we'll see with that. But yeah, man, times are changing. The Lakers sell, and it kind of came out of nowhere, right? Because we never really heard any stories leading up to it. Phil must have said, "Hey, go ahead, sell it. Let's go up to the wilderness of Montana."
No, man, she's married to Jay Moore now, the comedian.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, man. They move fast out there in LA, man.
I got a joke, but I'll keep it to myself with that.
Yeah,
but.
we'll do it all. We'll do it all. But no, man, that was just a couple. Oh, and then the Durant trade. I know people.
Yeah, let's talk Kevin Durant. You sent me a thing about a show tonight. Less than 30 seconds later, I get an alert that Durant is a Rock. I go, Durant to the Rockets. Jalen Green gone. Dylan Brooks gone. 4 second-round picks and the 10th pick in this coming Thursday's draft.
You got the Phoenix Suns. You have to. I'll talk about that part first because the Rockets were able to unload. It's not a poorly constructed contract in Dylan Brooks, and a guy that they didn't necessarily have any faith in Jalen Green. And the 10th pick is like, I'm not saying 10th pick this year is terrible, but it's right for Kevin Durant. And you didn't necessarily lose Reed Shepherd. You didn't lose any of your guys you've been in development. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can go ham on, you know what I'm saying, that you kind of had. You didn't lose your Jabari Jones. You didn't lose your center. You know what I'm saying? They didn't lose some of the guys that they already had. So my gut kind of tells me he's only there for a short time, not a long time. I'm talking about Kevin Durant. But if you're the Phoenix Suns,
I just got an alert that they're going to work out a long-term extension.
Man, we'll see. If you're the Phoenix Suns, man, you gotta you're definitely on the Boozer watch for sure for the next 2 seasons. And this year you gotta swing for the fences on pick 10 and hope that you know what I'm saying, some of this can kind of pan out for you. They still have pieces that don't fit. Beal, Devin Booker, and now Jalen Green. Yeah. None of those pieces really kind of fit or complement one another. I'm not saying they can't play. Obviously, the basketball players, they can play with one another, but can they like even float around a playoff situation? And that would, for me, that would be no. Pick 10, Phoenix Suns probably looking at my guy from Duke, Malik. I don't want to mess up his name, Brandon, and we ain't got the Thursday just yet. But you know what I'm saying, big center from Duke, but he's 18 years old. You would be putting a whole lot of pressure on him.
DeAndre Ayton Jr.
Yeah, they hope. But no, man, looking at like I said, looking at the other side, man, Houston, I don't know about like automatically odds makers. What did it went to like 800 to 1. Houston Rockets is going to be in the finals next year because you still got to get through a regular season. Kevin Durant, you got to get
what
healthy.
I'm going to say.
So Brandon's going to tell you.
The Houston Rockets have just eliminated themselves from winning an NBA championship for the foreseeable future. The Phoenix Suns have now opened themselves up to win an NBA title now that they got rid of Durant. Durant will never win another title again. Not going to happen. Sorry, Houston.
That team would be good.
I
don't foresee it being a championship level team. I don't. But that team should be good.
Get your 52 wins, lose in the second round. Enjoy the offseason, Cam Kunis.
That sounds like Tracy McGrady.
Ooh. Sounds like James Harden.
Well, you know, he's
hey, the cycle is through now. The cycle is official. Harden was a Thunder and then a Rocket.
Yep.
Westbrook's been a Thunder and a Rocket, and now Durant's been a Thunder and a Rocket.
So you saying that's what I'm trying to tell you. At some point, Kevin Durant gonna be playing for the Clippers. At some point.
I hope not. Yeah, that trade came through finally. I was wondering when it was going to come through. Of course, it happens as I was. We were just in the car heading back from our trip all week up in Michigan, so I saw that news, and then yeah, man. I just let me ask you. This week, I saw the videos from Thursday night in the city. I saw what's boots on the ground thoughts on fans around Indianapolis for tonight, man. As I'm not nervous. At least I haven't been yet. We got 45 minutes on game starts. I haven't been really nervous because it's like, hey, let's just go out there. And now once that national anthem starts and the lineup, then I'll probably kind of get more into it. But right now I'm just kind of cool as a cucumber. And it's crazy being a game 7 where we got a chance to win a title.
Right. You know what I'm saying? At my advanced age, man, I've already taken my nap. I've already done.
You can't fall asleep tonight, John. That'd be a big failure.
Yeah, I got all my, you know what I'm saying, home work done. You know what I'm saying? Even prepared for tomorrow and the kids in camp, you know what I'm saying, ready to go.
School's canceled tomorrow.
Camp.
Crossroads is going to be boots on the ground tonight at midnight if they win tonight.
Well, are you going downtown?
I may if they boots on the ground. I'll get a camera and a microphone and just soak it all in.
Well, I gotta be work to 10, so let me know. You know what I'm saying? Where you want to pally up if you want to be boots on the ground. We can go.
I'm serious. Let me see how things go tonight. We may do boots on the ground. I'm driving a half hour down there to raise hell, see it all.
No, don't raise no hell.
Raise no hell.
That's the last thing we need.
Videotape the hell. How about that? There we go.
There you go. Peace in the Middle East and don't raise no hell. There we go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, I know we didn't necessarily commit to talk about anything football. You know what I'm saying? While we were kind of diatribing, man. I don't have anything Colts related. I won't have anything, y'all, till Tuesday or, you know what I'm saying, or Wednesday, whenever we do the next show. There's probably going to be some cuts, though, in Cleveland coming, man. Shadur.
Hey, man, your man caught speeding.
Who's that?
Both your guys got caught speeding. Shadur and then Zach Edey.
Again, man, I don't know what's going on with Edey. That was kind of odd, right? Especially when him, you know what I'm saying, he's got to go, had to have surgery.
That's 15 minutes from my parents' house where he got pulled over at.
That's a little weird, man. It's a little weird, man. But like, I don't know. Is it a rite of passage for NFL players to get caught speeding? You know what I'm saying?
If your last name is Sanders.
Well, you know, I don't know, man. As long as they, you know, he didn't blow over whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a speeding ticket. You know what I'm saying? Pay your ticket. Say what now?
Was he drinking?
No, there was no alcohol.
Okay. I didn't hear that, but I didn't know.
But like, no, man, from what it kind of sounds like, man, though we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't necessarily look at completion race and all that, man. Shadur should be out there. Probably Brandon week 6.
Kenny Pickett might get traded, I heard. So
that's what I heard, man. So, you know, he might be playing for the Cubs. Who knows, man?
Yeah, 100%. It's hard to believe this is the last game of the NBA season, and it has our Indiana.
It involves Indiana. That's the thing, man. It's hard to believe the last game of the season, and like I said, the team.
Hey, man, I love this team.
There's no way you should, man. Even down to Furphy.
Yeah, let's talk the news that kind of happened as I started my trip was Pacers traded their draft pick this year, got their pick back next year from New Orleans. I'm all right with it because really there was nobody in this draft that was going to be an instant impact to this team this year.
Not at that pick 20 now I do got a nice little sweet spot for seniors and juniors. The 7-footer from, you know, that name escapes right now. The 7-footer from Creighton. If Case Miles Turner does take a walk, would be a good, not necessarily right automatically fill in, but like that's who I would kind of eyeing. So maybe Maybe they have a number for Miles. Maybe they already have that they kind of are comfortable with, whether the Pacers win or lose the championship. So yeah, trade out when you don't necessarily need anything. You can't get Cooper Flag, you can't get Little Harper. Go ahead and trade out.
Right. No Scott Foster tonight.
That's a good thing.
You get James Capers, and you got Josh Tiven, which I was correct on him, guessing him, and another guy. People are putting Scott Foster fake shit out the last couple of days. Look, people, they don't put the referee schedule out until 10 a.m. of game days. So right. I have an alert that gets sent to me when it gets posted always. So Crossroads gets alerts for that. We've done it all playoffs. What's your prediction for tonight?
In order for the Pacers to win, score's got to be somewhere. Has there ever been a final game 7 to over 100 points? I don't think it has. But 115, 110.
Has there? You asked if there's ever been a finals game that hasn't been over 100?
Game 7.
Yes, I just actually watched highlights. Lakers Celtics in 2009 or 10 when the Lakers won. Final score was 83-82 or something like 83-81. Fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go was 64-68.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm giving you that score. Pacers 115, Thunder 110.
Decot says Pacers 112-105. It's been a hell of a ride this year. This team. I go back to my predictions. It's I've got to go smart. You got to go with your heart. I'm going to take the Pacers. I'm going to take Indiana. Yes, sirs. Final score 108-106. Indiana.
Oh, man. Killer.
Howie. One last. Burying it. Wins it. Now, how many minutes do you go tonight, John, before you say, hey, I mean, he had a couple extra days off real quick, but if he's got it, he's got it. If he doesn't, how long do you wait to pull that trigger? Or do you sit him and then come back in later?
Well, we pull the trigger, but they can't win Tyrese Halliburton. So right. unless he's injured or something like that, man. But if it looks like he's struggling, get TJ out there. I'm not necessarily a super fan of Shepherd. You already know that. But Ben Mathurin, sometimes you don't necessarily look for a shot, man. Sometimes you don't necessarily look to score. Ben Mathurin, the best version of Ben Mathurin is him not necessarily playing OC, but definitely being aggressive. So I don't know who's going to be the MVP. If the Pacers win, I don't know who's going to be the MVP. Man. Wouldn't be bad to get a 30 to 35 point game out of Siakam, and then that day solidify your MVP. He'll have 2.
Yeah, right. Pacer news. I saw a little boy Lance Stevenson this afternoon playing street ball at 30th and Fall Creek at the outdoor court today.
I don't know what's going on in the outer. I do, but I don't know what's going on in the outer basketball world as it pertains to Big Three and in some of the other leagues. Man, they're turning into like the WWE. You know what I'm saying? We're having guys just like wrestle with one another, and then somehow like that. I don't. That's not entertaining to me. I don't really necessarily jive with it, but
Gotcha.
Cool.
Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Maybe we'll do boots on the ground after the game. We'll meet up at 11:30 tonight downtown. Maybe at Gray's Hell. I don't know what's going to happen, but if they win tonight, I might have to make a stop at Dick's Sporting Goods over here and do gear like I did for the last one. So, but we'll see. Pacers first chance.
I'm allowed all Pacers. If we get boots on the ground, I'm allowed all Pacer gear that I see, even if you got on Victor Oladipo jersey, I'm gonna allow it.
I saw a lady wearing a Pacers Bynum t-shirt jersey, number 17, Bynum. I said, we got to get this girl taken care of.
Where did they find that? Where did they find that trick?
I know. I saw it. I said, they got to take care of it. So, all right, John, Pacers, we'll be on Twitter, conversation there all night during the game. So me and John will be talking back and forth. We may come in at halftime just to kind of give a little quick 5-10 minute thing. We'll see where we're at with it.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Just John Song, Brandon Reef. We'll see you guys. Good luck, Pacers. Go Pacers. Let's go.
In 7.